We just got back from Club Med in Phuket about a week ago, and you have to excuse the noise. I'm in a Bali hotel room at the moment. So what is it like now? It's, in short, fantastic, and it is perfect timing if you're thinking about going for a holiday. Right, let's have a look at it in a little more detail. It's kind of busy, but it's not too busy. It's this nice time in the market where there's a few people going over there, things are starting to reopen, and there's a lot there that is now reopen, but it's also not too busy. There's not too many people there, so you get to have a bit more of a comfortable holiday. So Club Med itself has gone through a little bit of refurbishment while in lockdown, and the place looks fantastic. Everything's new, everything's fresh. There is a couple little spots that are still being worked on, but they're actually sort of out of sight, out of mind, so it's not really an issue, and there's nothing there that's not operating, so everything's operating as it should be. There does seem to be a lot of GOs, and I would say they're bringing in a whole bunch of new people, so they obviously would have had to have let go of a lot of people when the lockdowns happened, so a lot of new, fresh faces and new GOs. And there's certainly none of them we found didn't know what they were doing or there was any issues about being new. In fact, it's probably a positive thing. They're all quite refreshed. Now, with all these new people, the GO to GM ratio, so the GO to the organisers, to customers, to guests, but being that there's so many GOs there that you actually get a fantastic experience. There's always someone there to help you with anything that you need. So that was great. The kids particularly loved the kids club because they could, they essentially had a GO to themselves. And the GO said, well, what do you want to do? And the kids could just choose whatever they want to do. They go and do archery, go and play squash, go and do some cooking classes, whatever. They could do anything, and simply because they had so many GOs on hand. So that was a really, really big positive. As far as right now, in July going into August, the weather is actually quite nice. It is somewhat of the rainy season. And when they say the rainy season, what does that mean? Well, it just means that on some days it's raining probably half the day. Then other times in the afternoon, you might get a bit of a thunderstorm roll in. And when I say thunderstorm, it doesn't often have thunder, funnily enough. It's just sort of a big dump of rain that lasts for about an hour and then goes away again. So we had probably a third of the time we were there was bright and sunny, and then 2/3, probably another third was cloudy, and then another third was raining. So realistically, as far as the holiday itself, I actually kind of liked it. I actually prefer it like that because it means that some days it kind of gives you permission to relax and just chill out and read a book and stuff like that. And then other days are perfect for going out on adventures and stuff like that. So we kind of lucked it in with a couple of those days, but also means that you get a bit of a break from the sun. So you're not spending all the time out in the bright sun. So I actually personally would prefer to go at this time of year anyway, because there's less people and the weather is quite nice. Hatanoi, that where Club Med is, a lot of it is still shut. I'd say probably 50% of the businesses around there were still closed. However, there was plenty of businesses there to get what you needed. So as far as hiring a scooter or getting your laundry done or getting massages, there was plenty of places. So there's a couple of places we'd recommend also, just outside of Club Med itself. Was there anything we couldn't do because businesses were shut? No. Everything we wanted to do, we were able to do. We were able to go and book a Phi Phi Island trip, Maya Bay, and do all that sort of stuff. That's still all on the cards and probably just as busy, if not too busy. So that's certainly back all up and running. We'll get back to the Phi Phi Island, Maya Bay thing, whether you want to do that or not. That's probably another video, I reckon. Now that's if you want to pay for those massages separately outside of Club Med, whereas the spa is obviously set up. We did both. And personally, for me, I much prefer to spend the money at the spa in Club Med. Yes, it's about double the price, but in reality, that's really the difference between $20 and $40 Australian, which is still way, way cheaper than getting a massage in Australia. So a spa treatment like that in Australia might be $200 versus $40. So I prefer personally to pay the extra inside of Club Med and get that experience, because just as much about mindfulness as it is about, getting a massage for your body. So now the spa inside of Club Med Phuket is all up and running, and it is fantastic. I have to say, the experience is amazing. You go into the main area and they give you towelettes and all that sort of stuff. And then you go out into the spa itself and you have your own dressing room and you get dressed and change into whatever type of massage you're having. And then you go into the massage room. So this experience is amazing and it's absolute perfection. And again, if you add that to the rainy season weather, you also get a nice sound of rain outside while you're getting a massage. So there's a positive for this time of year. Still plenty of tuk-tuks, you can go higher. So we still went up to, we did a couple of trips up to Patong, and that's all up and running. The locals to tourist ratio again is pretty high for locals. There's a lot of locals there wanting to sell you stuff, obviously, and we want to sort of help them get back on their feet as much as possible. But there's a lot there to do. So, and there's not a lot of tourists still, so it's building up. But expect when you get there that there's going to be a lot of people offering a lot of stuff, because tourists aren't anywhere near capacity yet. Old Phuket town is busy as. So, if you sort of use that as a barometer of whether, Phuket itself is back, I would say yes, it is most definitely back. So there is plenty of people there. The Sunday markets were really busy and, plenty of things to see and buy and do. So if you just looked at that as a barometer, then you would definitely say it's back. Roads weren't too busy. So essentially what it's at right now is it's mostly open. Most things are up and running. The core sort of towns like Patong and Old Phuket town and so on, they're all 100% back up and running. Some of the smaller towns like Katanoi and so on, probably a little less, but it doesn't stop you. There's nothing there that's not available. Lastly, I'd just like to say thank you to Vincent and all the geos. So Vincent's the chief of the village at Club Med at Phuket, and he did an absolutely amazing job of getting everything back up and running, and clearly demonstrates some compassionate leadership that I saw. That's just what it looked like from the outside. And he was always in the mix with everyone. Really appreciated the couple of chats we had. We had one little issue at one stage, and he was very accommodating. So big shout out to Vincent and the team. Thank you. Club Med itself was about, I believe it was around 60% capacity was sort of the numbers that I'd heard. So it's definitely not full, which is a positive thing if as a guest. Obviously Club Med want to try and get back to capacity as quick as possible, but right now is a good time. If you're happy with the weather options now's the perfect time. So if you're thinking about going, I would definitely go. All right, I hope that helps. Give us a like, subscribe, all that sort of stuff if you want to hear more. And we'll bring you some more from Phuket and from Bali, where I am right now. All right, see ya, bye.